Some miniatures coming into the arena now. This really came into starting in the 60s when people could afford the big engines, and they're all built to imperial scale. 2-inch, 4-inch, 6-inch, or even a 9-inch for that second engine in line. You still get the castings, the drawings for these engines that people often go into a shed. The bottom of the garden come out 3 years later with one of these miniature engines. You can of course buy them off the shelf. It costs up to £20,000 for a new one. Light shapes and sizes. And coming in now is miniature Showman's engine. The detail of this is truly incredible. Into the twisted glass supports for the roof that goes all the way to the end to protect the dynamo. And on the roof you can see a chimney stack extension. The fire and also get the smoke and the stuff. What's your name, young man? You enjoying it, Henry? Yeah. Watch it when he gets home with it. So the driving position of the miniature steam wagon is at best somewhat random and at worst uncomfortable, but you love it. Oh yes, definitely love it. And can you go on the road with this? Oh yes, all road legal. Top speed? About 18 miles an hour. And how far can you go with the water you've got? So no, I've never run out yet. It won't go that far. No, it won't go that far. steamrollers to build the roadways in Central Park in New York. You missed him. Big Burrell coming through, general purpose engine. This is the Maori. So that whistle you heard, the green machine, that's a 1904 Burrell, the Maori, owned by John Smith. Coming in now, Lady Anne. This is a 1906 Altchi, rare machine. This is built in Northampton. General purpose engine could be used to drive static equipment such as circular saws, pumps, and of course, and this was perfected in about 1856-57. And these engines used to work in pairs, and they would tow a 6 or 7 furrow plough up and down the field, and in a day 2 of these engines could plough 30 acres. At that time a horse could plough 1 acre. Could be a distance of 500 yards between the engines, so you needed flat, smooth land. North Wales and the Dales, parts of Scotland, no good at all. You needed flat land, big fields, especially down the eastern side of the country. You go down on the train, you need massive fields, no hedges, very few ditches. They were created so these big engines could plough the land. They would go around in teams, of course, contract working. The First World War, they had a renaissance, because we needed the food. And again in the Second World War, when diesel was in short supply, but we had a lot of coal. Another roller coming through. The red machine, it's an 1897, a Burrell built in Hetford in Norfolk, 1897. That's Viva. Next coming in, another Aveling and Porter engine. You can tell by the brass horse on the front. That brass horse based on a white horse, which was owned by a Saxon warlord who did some very nasty things in Kent a long time ago. And Kent adopted the white horse for their coat of arms and their flag. An Aveling and Porter based in Rochester in Kent, which is near Gillingham. Put that brass horse on the front or side of every one of their engines where there was room to do so. Another Altchi, there's only 6 left in the country working. We've got 2 here today. Lady Olivia, this a 1907 machine built in Norfolk. Now David Hare bringing a steamroller in. In the colours of North Riding County Council. Whatever happened to that? This appeared in 1967, I think. And now a steam tractor. A Burrell. For light work, it's still too heavy to go on this soil. It was compact the topsoil, which is why those ploughing engines did some marvellous work. Now, magnificent Showman's engine. First Showman's engine was built in 1889. It was a Monarch ordered from Borough. Last one was built in 1934. That was a Fowler. This is a 1909 Fowler, it's a Dreadnought, Peter Turner, and you can see that lovely twisted brass supports, the roof going all the way to the end to protect the dynamo. Just imagine that machine towing 6 or 7 trailers behind it, living accommodation, the galloping horses and the flying dolphins, plus a Gavioli organ just thrown in to make it better. And they would tour 9 to 1934. Not a lot, is it? And of course the diesel engine really killed those off, and they couldn't really go on the highway without paying an awful lot of money to get on there. Proud peacocks. This is the Renown, owned by the Howard brothers, and you can see on the side of that engine a coat of arms. That's the coat of arms of the city of Leeds, because the Fowlers brought so much rather like the money, but still, and they had to buy the coat of arms themselves. The Showman's tractors. Little Fowler. Use a lot of Showman's engines, light crimson and deep yellow. The first machine is a 1927 Fowler, that's Murphy. Little Dawn, 1928 Fowler. I think Little Dawn's been towed. Young James Ragsdale with a Garrett, built, thank you very much, built in Leicester in Suffolk, the Invincible. Couple of heavy road locos coming through now. These would be used for carrying big loads up the A19 or the A1, and they could work in tandem. Not that these two are. Another Fowler coming in, the Forest Maiden. It's the 1927. A couple of steam wagons now, the Denver Maiden, a 1905 Yorkshire steam wagon built in Hunslet in Leeds. Now that'll be followed by the Denbigh Flyer, a 1916 Sentinel, built at that time in Glasgow before they moved it down to Shrewsbury. And the Yorkshire Bell coming in. Brother Fowler, John Fowler, was a Dorset lad and worked for years, fell off his horse and died. So, a Foden built in Sandbach, and this engine has been virtually rebuilt from new, as has the next one along. This looks like Mr. Stafford driving a bread plant. Or it could be George Vardy. So that Vice's bread wagon completely rebuilt in the last 5 years. And Mr. Stafford with his Sentinel. Mr. Stafford with his Sentinel. This one built in Shrewsbury. And eventually these steam wagons could do 54 miles an hour. However, they were badly affected in the 1920s by the axle weight restriction on British. Not a big engine, it's a miniature engine. I'm just wondering where the boiler is. Where's he put the coal? That'll keep your feet warm, won't it? Eh? So that man can drive past Havering a Porter, say a rare engine. So ordered by the Admiral, built in Kent. Good losing it, we heard, keep the fog away from the coast. One, go! So thanks. And now